Hey, welcome back to What If Madoka was born in Dragon Ball Z, Part 6. So, if you don't remember the last part, the Sea Fighters went to fight the androids. However, things still will play out the same, well, kind of, being like the androids and the Sea Fighters being stronger, and which Cell has the most deadliest DNA he has. Of course, Frieza's DNA is more dangerous since he grows stronger when he trains and that's how cells getting stronger. But not only that, but he also has Monika's potential, her DNA, which he's able to access through that yellow eye form. But I haven't named that form yet, but I decided to call it Super since it doesn't really have a form. Of course, the form is called Ultimate, but I just like to make things up. So yeah. Now, every C5 had to train for the Cell games. However, unknown to them, Cell was training himself since he wants to control that power, since he was intrigued of it. So now everyone arrives to the Cell games, and this would have starts now. As you may all expect, things will play out at least the same until Goku enters the battle between him versus Cell. Cell was still wanting to fight Goku since he was made to kill Goku, but he does whatever he pleases since he has all these other DNAs in him. But of course, he just does it for his own entertainment. He decided to fight Goku, so is Goku, which Goku does aware of how strong Cell really is, so he didn't want to take this lightly. He powers up to his full power, going Super Saiyan Grade 4, also known as Master Super Saiyan, but for short we're calling it Super Saiyan. And their battle will begin. Now, this one's going to be a little harder, and it's not going to play out the same like the original story. No, Cell's just too much powerful. Of course, Cell's holding back and he wants to have a little fun, so he heavily holds back against Goku, giving him a chance to at least have a little fun. The two will share blows with each other, doing other techniques they learned, with Cell showing off his other techniques, such as Frieza's techniques like the Death Beams, the Death Saucers. He even used the clone stuff like Multiform. He even used the Special Beam Cannons, the Kamehameha, the Solar Flare. Other techniques he learns, and pretty much this battle is going nowhere, which Goku had to resort using his Warp Kamehameha, and yeah, he still learns that in the original story because he still went to Yaw Track. But of course, we all know that this is futile, and Cell just could easily regenerate, and this leads to Goku to forfeit as the original story, and decides to let Gohan to enter, which everyone be shocked, including future Gohan himself. Of course, Madoka will also be shocked, like both of the Madokas, since Goku is thinking something madness. However, they don't know that Goku and Gohan will plan something. But I meant both them. I meant Goku, since Goku still saw Gohan went Super Saiyan 2 in the Hyper Ball and Time Chamber, and future Gohan does witness it. And this time, however, Goku didn't give Cell a sense of being, since Cell is just too much powerful and he was holding back a lot since he's way stronger than Canon. I mean, like way stronger since he has Frieza's DNA and Monika's DNA. And I did say that if Monika trains, she gets stronger than the average human, since I did explain it in like a bunch of parts. And since Frieza has crazy DNA when he trains, like imagine this, when Frieza trains for 4 months, he gets instantly strong. This Cell, if he has that same DNA, he may get strong too, but Cell didn't train every day, at least until he mastered the power that he accesses that Monika has. So I'll say he'd be a super perfect Cell level, at least, if not, then above that. So Goku did not give Cell a sense of being because he knows that he might get a Senkai boost because of that. So pretty much the Gohan versus Cell will be drastically brutal. Like, Gohan at this point is getting tortured, with everyone's getting mad at Goku, in which Piccolo Susei this whole speech about Gohan doesn't want to be a fighter, he just wants to be a scholar, which Goku will realize his mistake. He will power up to Super Saiyan once again after eating a sense of being, thanks to Krillin give him one. Him, Piccolo, future Gohan, Monika, and future Monika jumps in the battle, kicking Cell away through Gohan before Cell even gets a chance to land a final blow against him. Which the other Seafighters will fight perfect Cell. As for Goku, he will apologize to Gohan for his mistake and arrogance. since he realized that Gohan doesn't want to fight anymore, and he just wants to be a scholar since he was kind of forced to drag into fighting, and he realized that now. Gohan will be glad that his father understands, but he doesn't want to kill Cell, and he knows that he can't even beat him since he's just powerful. Meanwhile, back into the fight, Perfect Cell has enough with these foolish humans, so he blows them all away. And he started to create Cell Jr. since he still wants to fight Goku and Gohan. So he produced Cell Juniors, like bunch of them, which everyone has to fight their own Cell Juniors. However, since there are more people in the original story, Cell has to make more Cell Juniors. I know it's not big of a deal change, but just want to point that out. And Perfect Cell will charge at Goku and Gohan. This time, he's not going to hold back. He's going to kill Goku this time, once and for all. So, he powered up to the same yellow eyes form that Madoka has in the future timeline. And yeah, future Madoka noticed this, but before she could jump in, it was already too late. Cell's already beating the living heck out of Goku, and going so far to shot a death beam through Goku's chest, killing him. And Cell just laughs. As for Gohan just crying, but then that sadness turned into rage. Rage that boils him down through his body, and then he let out a huge roar, becoming Super Saiyan 2. But this time, this Super Saiyan 2 is more different. He actually went Super Saiyan Rage since, well, I'll be honest, I don't have enough evidence that went Super Saiyan Rage. I mean, Super Saiyan Rage is like Future Trunks has, and he got it by, well, becoming angry. And that makes no sense. But I feel like this will make sense for Gohan to become Super Saiyan 2, seeing his father dies. Yeah, so this version of Super Saiyan 2, no, Super Saiyan 2 Rage is way, way powerful than the original story. With Cell's sensitive power will be shock, and everyone else too. Future Gohan will also be mad too, but seeing his present self achieving his power, he's astonished. Teen Gohan will teleport around the Cell Juniors, one-shotting them, and then will proceed to fight Perfect Cell, which Perfect Cell will struggle a lot against this huge powered up Gohan. And the same thing, like Gohan decided to torture Cell like he did, like towing him around, like beating him down. But of course, he's not, since Future Gohan's there and Future Trunks, everyone's there, they make sure that Gohan tried to finish the job. But Cell's not done yet. He still have one trick up his sleeve. Maybe two, actually. He decided to use the same power that Madoka used again, using it one last time. This time having perfect control of it. And this time the two will almost be equally tied. However, Gohan is still slightly above Cell, with Cell's getting pretty much desperate, using every technique he learns. He even tried to power up a huge Kamehameha that will blow up the entire solar system, but much a larger explosion. However, Gohan just easily destroyed the Kamehameha, and Cell's body being collapsed. He regenerates and attacks Gohan, which Gohan will punch Cell right in the guts, causing Perfect Cell to spit out Android 18. Before Gohan had any chance to toy with Cell even more, Future Madoka and the other Madoka jumps in. They both powered up the Kamehameha that they learned from Master Roshi and Goku. They both fire at Cell, which Cell has no time to react or do anything else. He being consumed by the attack, and soon after, everyone else joins in with their own powerful beam attack, making sure that Cell's face is right off the planet, erasing him completely, no way to regenerate and come back, getting stronger. Cell has completely dies, which Gohan will powers down and everyone else too, which Gohan will be angry at himself, but Krillin reminds him that they could use the Dragon Balls to revive him, which he will calm down. So everyone begins to celebrate. They've decided to bring the Dragon Balls back to life. As for Vegeta will be angry that once again Kakarot has surpassed him, but not only that, his son surpassed him too, which he gets even angry. But of course, since Goku's dead, he has no way to surpass Kakarot since he's dead. The only thing he can surpass is his son. which he will take pride to this and train even harder. But not only that, he is a little mad too that since this Madoka person, like both of them, they're somehow catching up to him. Since he's able to sense ki and energy, he can sense that they're getting close to his power, like almost surpassing him at this point. Which he realized that if they keep training, they'll be able to be ahead of him, which he's not gonna allow that. Oh yeah, I forgot to say that the present Madoka is now like an adult or a teenager size like Gohan is during Excel games. And she does have a nice little turtle school helmet outfit. But besides that, Goku's graphics want to stay dead since he thinks, as the original story, that he's the one who bringing all the villains to him. So he decided to stay dead, which Gohan and everyone else will be very sad by this news. But they still make the two wishes. The first wish to bring everyone back that were killed by Cell, meaning that Android 17 is back, don't worry. As for 16, well, he's probably still alive, I think. I mean, like that he matters anyway. And then the future warriors, like the four, then decide to go back to their future timeline. And I did say that they defeated 17 and 18. And they're able to defeat their version Cell eventually. But they will keep on training. As for future Gohan's new motivation, he decided that he wants to reach that Super Saiyan 2 rage form that Gohan has. Well, sadly for him, he doesn't know how to access that form, but at least he will try to reach Super Saiyan 2, along with future Trunks. As for future Madoka and future Tatsuya, they're not sure they could get Super Saiyan because they're not Saiyans, obviously. But hey, at least future Tatsuya could learn that yellow eye form that Madoka has. And I keep calling it yellow eye form, I was going to call it Super. At least for them. I know it's kind of cliche and lazy, but I don't have better names, so take it or leave it, I guess. So, yeah, pretty much everyone begins to relax during the 7-year time skip. But we're going to cover that a little bit before we can end this part. Let's talk about the characters, like the present timeline characters. Let's start with Gohan. Goten is born, which Gohan will be happy to have a brother, like a baby brother. And as for Madoka, she does visit Gohan time after time. And as I said, they're not in a relationship, just like a friendly relationship, not in a romantic way. Just they both treat each other as best friends. That's what I say. Nothing too special. Do I plan to have Madoka have any romantic relationship? Probably not. Because I don't see her having any romantic relationship in this series. So I doubt that she'll have one in this one either. But this time, this version Gohan won't be lazy around since Madoka always reminds Gohan to train since because Goku's not here doesn't mean that there could be safe forever since there could be more threats like Cell in case if Cell is someone's worse than Cell. So which Gohan does keep up his training, but at least little by little, not like intensely or insanely, just a little bit. In case, and he still focuses school mainly a lot, so he only trains at least 3 weeks. Like every 3 weeks he trains intensely, and that's it. There's only 3 weeks. Every 3 weeks he trains intensely with Madoka, sometimes with Piccolo, and even with Vegeta sometimes if he's feel like training with Gohan. But yeah, it's kind of worth trying to ask him to train. Speaking of Vegeta, yeah, I did say Vegeta trained really, really hard since he doesn't say he will quit fighting because he was weak and all, since he's pretty much more motivated to train as hard as ever. Just because Kakarot's not here, he still feels like he could surpass him eventually. Hopefully he doesn't get too strong in the other world, though he might be wrong later on. As for Piccolo, well, you know what Piccolo does, meditate boy. And don't worry, Dende still become the Earth Guardian. Forgot to mention that. So no worries, the Dragon Ball will still be there. And I did say about Madoka, well, good news for her, she have a brother now, which is Tatsuya, which her mother was to name. And which should be happy. She knows that if she have this crazy potential, maybe her brother could have the same thing. She's not gonna let him train and all that. if if Tatsuya feel like doing something like that, which she doesn't mind, but she had to convince her mother to do something like that, but she's not going to think of that right now. She's going to think about herself. And she just also decided to go back to school too, with Gohan alongside, since they're both doing study together and training together. Like I said, best friend relationship, not romantically. And pretty much that's all I want to say. The Sea Fighters will still, at least some of the Sea Fighters will continue their training. At least most of them, not like Krillin. Krillin will be lacing around with 18 since he will still be with 18, flirting and stuff like that. Yamcha will be doing baseball and stuff. Tien travel whole around the world training with Chaoshu. If Chaoshu does get any stronger, that is. And as for Piccolo, he's a meditating boy, so I respect him. Anyway, that's all I have to say. Be aware out for part 7, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.